Hello, today this is part 4 of the FNAF tutorial, finally. It's been about 6 months since the last one, and I've got my voice this time, so that should be alright. You'll notice that I got a map now, so that's good, but I've also got these cameras, and in them I've got this play viewpoint part, which I have orientated towards the direction I want them to face in, so that's all good. And I also have this other animatronic, which I haven't made yet. But before we do anything, we've got a little problem, because if I press play, and I can use the light fine, but when I click on it multiple times, it spawns loads of these lights and it just gets in the way. It spawns all these point lights which we don't really want, so I'll just go into the light switch, and if light, find first child, point light, then return end. This just cancels the function and just makes it not work. So if we play now and do that, we can still make more lights because I didn't modify the other light scripts. I'll just do that to this one, and now if we play, it's only one light now, so that's all good. And then it turns off after a bit, and we can relight it still. So that's all good. Now, how do we create the camera system? In Start UI, I've got this camera GUI, and I've got just this button to open it. Now this is a frame, but it doesn't have to be, and this can also be a text button if you want it to be. But I don't actually have a real camera GUI, so I guess I'll make that now. And now I've finished this GUI. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it'll do, since don't really plan on making this a Roblox hit, but whatever. I've got these 8 cameras on my background image, so now I can create a local script in the camera GUI, and we'll just do local GUI equals script.parent. In fact, before I do anything, let me put these in a folder. Just call it cam buttons. Local GUI equals parent. Local open button equals GUI dot open cam frame. And we could even do wait for child because it's a local script, just to be safe. And local cam frame, actually cam folder, GUI, wait for child, camera frame, wait for child, cam buttons. And then we have to get this folder with all the cameras in them. So local GUI cam folder, and we'll call this cam folder workspace dot cameras, if it'll let me. And now we do open button dot. Here I'm gonna do mouse enter, because with mouse button one click you have to click, but with enter you can just hover over it and the cameras will open. connect, but I'm not going to connect it to anything yet because I will create a local script, a local function even. Cams. And before we do this, we'll look at the function parameters. So it doesn't actually come up with any because I'm stupid. Ignore this, I'm just being, my brain's having a little bit of stupidity. So we'll create a new variable, local click count equals 0, and click count plus equals 1 if click count percent equals 2, percent equals 2 equals 0, then what have I done? Percent 2 equals 0. So this basically just means every 2 clicks this happens, or every 2 times the function's fired. So this is close. Actually we can do if not, just to simplify everything. So that opens, and that's close. So we can do GUI cam folder dot parent, or GUI for I instance in. Make sure to spell instance with a lowercase I, because if you spell it with a capital I, it won't do anything. Because, well, if you hold on, because instance is a keyword, so it's better to spell it with a lowercase so it doesn't trigger the keyword. Anyway, and a lot of people don't know this, but you don't actually have to use pairs and iPairs anymore. So you can just do in GUI cam folder get children, do instance dot visible equals true, GUI cam folder dot parent dot map image dot visible equals true. Now we just gotta copy this, but instead of making it visible, we'll make it invisible. And just so you don't see all the buttons going invisible as this goes invisible, we'll just make this invisible first. We could also put the cam buttons inside here. So in fact, I can literally just do the frame. Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy, okay? GUI cam folder dot parent dot visit dot vis on. Yeah. Equals false. Yeah, I'm not that smart, guys. Ignore it. I haven't scripted this video, so that's it. So we can just do that, and it will just appear and disappear. Okay, good. So let's try that now. And what's that? on boolean and number C. I think it's because I did this, so if we just flip these around, I think it'll work properly. Yes. Okay, that's good. So by default we should have this invisible, but I'll keep it visible for now. So now I'm going to make another function, switch cams. That will take the cam to switch parameter. And what we'll go back to the top up here, and local camera equals workspace.current camera. And if we toggle in our toggle cams function, we'll do camera dot camera dot camera type equals enum dot camera type dot. Actually, no, this isn't it, because we want it to always be scriptable. Because yeah, we shouldn't be. I'll comment this out for now because we're testing right now. For now, I'll just put it like this. But if you already have you don't have to do this if you don't want to. In case you've already got your camera locked in to the office like this. But in case you don't, we'll just do this for now. So dot custom scriptable. Okay, there we go. So now we can do camera dot cframe equals cam to switch. And before I make this function, I'm going to go down into these buttons. Alright, yeah, into these buttons, create an object value, and in here I'm going to call this linked camera. And what we do for this is, you see the arrangements we have on these? We select the camera that matches up with the button on the map, and we will set the value of it to the camera, and we'll do this for every other camera. So control C, control shift V, control shift V, control shift V, control shift V, camera. Alright, there we go. We've got all our cameras linked up, so let's go back to our script. So cam to switch dot linked camera dot value dot player, this part, player viewpoint dot cframe. Make sure you put dot cframe because it's a C-frame, and that probably should be it. I'm gonna make another variable, so local selected camera equals nil, or by default we'll set that to works or cam folder dot main room camera. And when we true, we will set the switch cams I'll get rid of the local on that. Switch cams, and we'll do camera folder, selected camera. So actually we'll do GUI cam folder dot cam1 selected camera equals cam2 switch. There we go. So now now at the end of the script, for I button in GUI cam folder do button dot activated connect function. We do switch cams button. So now if we test, oh, we've got an error. Attempt to iterate over an instance value. And oh, I haven't done get children. So get children. And now, hold on, let me just make this invisible so it all works. And cam2, and there we go. It's all worked, and if we go off on cam2, then we're back on cam2. Now this kind of gets in the way, so I'm just gonna move it up a bit. Or maybe move this up there. And now I play, and we can, now we can't really see much, so I might add a little transparency to the image to make this visible. Map image, and transfer, I'll make it 0.5 and 0.7 maybe, just do that. And forgot to make it invisible again. So now I start, and it's not, what's it doing? I think it's because we don't have a debounce on it. So local debounce equals false, debounce equals true, and here if debounce then return end. So this just stops the function if there's a debounce. And we'll do task.wait 3 debounce equals false. So actually let's just make it 1, or maybe even 0.5. And there we go. We can do this, but I might also make the lighting a bit brighter when you're on the cameras. Lighting, so our cams lighting dot brightness equals 2, lighting dot brightness equals 0. That just makes it a bit better. So now, yeah, you can see the animatronics moving. And we can switch cams. We can not really seeing very well. In fact, let's lower the fog distance as well. What's the current one? Where is it? It's not there. Fog. Where's the fog? There should be fog in there. Maybe there's not any fog. There should be a fog end property, unless I'm just really stupid, which is probably the second one. Exposure. Yeah, let's just ignore it for now. But what I really want to do is improve these scripts, because these scripts, they are not very good. So I'm just going to make a module script and call it animatronic move, animatronic manager actually. So local anim manager equals, yeah, table. So function anim manager dot move animatronic, and it'll take the animatronic parameter. So animatronic dot, or animatronic current move, next move, current move dot visible equals false, animatronic dot, oh, actually, what am I doing? Current move dot visible equals false, next move dot visible equals false. And I'm just gonna set these as a union operation, because when you do that, it gives you properties, and I can see that I've made a mistake, so I'll just correct that. And function, no, yeah, so function anim manager dot start, which ones are we doing? Doing Bob and Michael. Start, in fact we can just do, no, start Bob. While true do task dot wait. Let's see, how long is our interval? 10 seconds. Task dot wait 10, and we'll use anim manager dot move animatronic. So here we can do local current, so local anim folder equals workspace spots Bob, and put that up here. So local current move equals 1, current move plus equals 1. Oh, in Bob, I'm gonna rename that to 1 instead of weirded. 4, 5. Move animatronic, anim folder, no, anim folder, square brackets, current move, and we'll do anim folder, current move plus 1. And we can copy this function, and instead of Bob it's Michael, I think. Yeah, dot Michael, and that's the only thing we actually have to change. Actually, we have to change these as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, but a problem is if the animatronics get to the door and you shut the door on them, they don't actually ever move back. So here we can put if current move, no, if anim folder, current number, no, current move plus 1, then we'll do all this. But else, if there is not one, then we'll do if, where is it, workspace, if workspace.office dot, what side is Michael on? The, let's see. So Michael's on the right side. So workspace.office dot right office door dot position is not equal to, so the current position is this. Actually, we can do dot position dot y to make it simpler. Just copy the y, not equals that, then door is shut, else kill player, and I will copy that there. Put that up there. Not there. Move those up. Move this there. No, this there. And that there. And let's just check. Left office door. The Y is the exact same. But this, we need to change it to left office door. And yeah, so we have to reset. So anim manager. No, anim folder. One. No. Sorry. Anim manager dot move animatronic. Anim folder current move, but anim folder 1. So that should reset the entire thing. We won't kill the player for now. Actually, we can do game.players get players, actually, for underscore clear in game.players get players do plr dot character dot humanoid dot health equals 0. So that's all of this logic. Oh, actually, current move equals 1. I'll do the same for that. So that should have all reset now. So we can, anything we've missed from these scripts doesn't look like that. So we can delete it and just do that. So we'll call this server. This will be our sort of main script for everything. So we'll do local anim manager, and we'll chuck that in there, equals require script.animatronic manager. And we can do game.players.player added connect function player local game started equals false if game started and return end. But we can do animatronic manager dot start Bob, anim manager dot start Michael, and there we go. So that should be these guys working. So we can use our cameras to wait for them. In fact, let me create a variable called move interval equals 10. Task.wait move interval, and do the same thing here. Task.wait move interval, and we'll set the move interval to 5. And we're going to do 6 to make it interesting. So we'll see them going now. Now Michael's a bit faster than Bob here. So if we wait for him to come down the hall, he's here, we shut the door. And we got an error. 6 not a valid member of Michael. Don't know why that. Oh. If anim folder find first child, current move +1. Test. Let me make it a bit brighter because I can. Wait for him to get here. We don't care about Bob. Goodbye. There he is. And he has reset. And so will Bob. Yep, they've both reset and they're continuing their cycle like nothing happened. Okay, there we go. That's this all cleaned up-ish. Probably put some spaces just to organize it a bit, make it a bit more readable. That's that. And that. And there we go. There is the animatronic sorted out, and I also want to sort out the light scripts, which should actually be a bit easier. But we can just do workspace.office.writeLights.activate act. Okay. In fact, we can, in here I'm literally just gonna do here a function white button clicked light connect workspace dot office dot write-lights dot click write-light button dot mouse dot click detector dot mouse click connects light button clicked. Clear. Stop right light. And we can copy it and do the same here. Left lights button, and that should be there we go. Do that function Control X function. Now it should work. Yeah. Okay. And wait for it to die. Yeah. That's pretty much it. We can delete that, and I could probably do the door as well. So I'll just sandwich those together, and local function door button clicked door. In the door we could add a int value, click count, duplicate, left off store, and a bool value, db, don't need any of that. If door dot db dot value equals true, then turn door.db. I accidentally copied that. Door.db door dot click count dot value. Do that, and there we go. That should work now. Copy this. Left door button, left office door, and let's see if it works now. I hit new right now. I'll just replay. Is the door shut? Yes it does. Unshut? Yes it does. Door shut? Yes it does. Door unshut? Yes it does. Okay, it actually works now. That took a lot longer than I wanted it to. Alright, so I think I'm gonna end the video here, unless there's something else I should do. No, I don't think so. So yeah, that's the end of part 4. Sorry for the long wait for this. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot this tutorial existed. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.